Good morning, everybody. Good evening if you're tuning in from going off. Oh, that's my inner circle chat binging at me at 5:15. Good morning, everyone. I hope you've had a lovely rest or a lovely day wherever you're tuning in from. Welcome to day 11 of our GPS for New Success morning study calls. I love this lesson. I also love the number 11 is one of my spirit numbers, numerology numbers. And for me, it always reminds us that we're just as we're meant to be. Everything's working out for us. We're on the right track. All is well. So I want you to carry that energy with you today as well. You're exactly where you're meant to be. All is well. You're on the right path. Your intuition is perfect. Follow the guidance. Trust the process. It's working out for you. So we're going to carry that with us today into this morning's call and with us throughout the course of the day. Let's begin this morning by writing out what you really want, writing out your goal. Take some time now to write that in the present tense. If you have a goal statement, your C-type goal, or that beautiful image of your goal, write that out now. If you're still exploring what you want, or you've only joined these calls today for the first time, welcome. This is your opportunity just to start to focus your conscious mind around what you want and start to think, talk, and image what you want. So you can journal on that. Let's begin. little chuckle to myself this morning, everyone. My 8-year-old has already got up. I was trying so much to keep them asleep, but he's already up. He's already out the door. He's gone to check on his mud crabs and he's down on the sand having a search around. And I said, mate, like it's 5:30. You need to still be asleep. He goes, oh no. I I said, I'm up later than I was yesterday. I was like, no, you got up at 6:15 yesterday. He goes, oh, I've got to be up early to do all the things I want to do before I get to school. And I had a little bit of a chuckle because this lesson is all about where your best energy flows. And about a week ago, a week and a half ago, I decided we'd have an indefinite break from device use in the house. So the kids have not been allowed, not even for half an hour, to get on devices all through the weekend, nothing. Usually they're allowed a bit on the weekend. And now they're out exploring and they're picking up rocks on the canals and looking for crabs and in the morning and in the afternoon. And their best energy is flowing, right? Like they're happier, they're calmer, their brains are being just what young boys should be doing outdoors and playing, and their best energy is flowing. So I thought how appropriate this morning for him to walk out during a call. We're on day 11 and they haven't come out any morning yet. And then today is the one because he wants to get out there and do what he wants to do before school, wants to have the most amount of time on the sand before he has to go to school this morning. And you know what? We could just about leave the lesson there and let you think about what that looks like for you, where you could lose track of time. What are the activities? What are the habits? What are the commitments in your day that you could do it and lose track of time doing it? Like if I could fly airplanes all day, every day, I probably would, like I love it. It brings me so much joy. My best energy is flowing. There's no resistance. Um, it's just it's a hobby for me. It's a personal thing for me, flying airplanes, but I love it. Coaching, mentoring, being online with you. I could do it with my eyes closed. I've been doing it for so long, teaching and mentoring this work. The words, it's just there. It's easy for me to do. I love it. I can take very big ideas and very quickly synthesize it and make it mean something for you. So that's something that, my best energy is flowing when I'm on a stage, teaching in front of a computer, doing a one-on-one with a client, creating a program, delivering a piece of content. Best energy. I love traveling. So anyway, the point that I'm trying to get to is this lesson is all about you becoming very, very, very aware of where your best energy flows. And that when we focus on activities where our best energy flow, we create an environment for us to create better results in. So what I've got here, lesson 11 explores how focus directs energy and energy drives results. If you're trying harder and harder to achieve a result, taking a certain sort of action that you know should produce results, right? It's a known sales formula or it's a key habit that is part of your business or needs to be done, but you're doing it with really negative energy or you're unhappy or you keep telling yourself it's difficult, the outcome of that will be less because the law of cause and effect is at play here. Not only is what your physical action is doing, you've also got your energy out ahead of yourself. We carry energy with us. Our energy is omnipresent. It's felt everywhere all the time. So, I'll often joke with my team. I'll be like, oh, I'm going for a fly today. Expect our sales to go up. And usually they do, because I'm out doing something completely unrelated. My energy is expanding. It's high. Energy is omnipresent. You don't know that, right? The client doesn't know, well, Karen's out flying today. I'll book her program. You don't know that, but you just book the program. Like the energy is taking care of itself. So when you feel good, when you're creating your days and your weeks and your business environments where the best energy can flow, then results happen naturally. Better results start to happen naturally. When attention is intentional, sounds like a bit of a wordsmith there. So when we are very intentionally putting our thoughts onto activities that serve us well, that align with our self-image, momentum becomes natural rather than forced. So we've spoken a little bit about self-image, and we do self-image for 2 weeks in the GPS program, dedicated 2 weeks, a winning self-image part one, a winning self-image part two. But we need to be thinking about who are we in achieving our new goals, or who are we in moving forward for what's next. So this is about new success. You've already achieved a level of success, but what's next? What else do you want it to look like? If you've already got the house, the car, the business, the money, the friendships, the relationships, all of these things that once were a fantasy, now you've created them. What's next? What's that next destination? What does it look like? And who are you in that next chapter, in this next iteration of your life, this next result? And where does the best energy flow for that person? What are they doing? What do they love to do? How do they hold themselves? How do they hold themselves to standards, right? And aligning your days with that self-image, aligning your weeks with that self-image, aligning your months with that self-image, bringing that new image into your business, into your team. It creates natural momentum because you don't have resistance in your energy. So I'm going to give you a little tip, something that I teach in this lesson to carry with you today around how you can start to create brain-friendly days and brain-friendly workplaces. So you're evening out the energy so it's more steady throughout the course of the day rather than big dips and peaks and troughs. So you can carry this steady momentum with you as you create results. Leaders experience greater ease and impact when they consciously choose where their best energy flows. This might mean consciously choosing actions that seem illogical, that seem even radical, that don't actually fit with the mold of what you think you should be doing on a day-to-day basis. How many people have this idea of what I should do today, what I should do? Stop shooting on yourself, right? What do you want to do? What aligns with your self-image? What aligns with your goal? Because if we're taking action that matches our goal achieving activities, inspired action that matches up with what we want, we may not always love to take that action because it may be challenging a part of our self-image, or it may be a new behavior we're still getting good at. But we should be able to, we can find, I'm not going to should, we can find joy and happiness in that action because we know it's moving us towards what we want. See the connection there? So even though we might go, oh, this is going to be a bit tricky to do this today, or I feel uncomfortable, or I don't really want to do it, because we've identified that that's a part of our self-image, it's a goal-achieving action that'll help us achieve our goal, we do it anyway. And we do it with a great attitude because we know it's moving us in the direction of what we want. So we can choose deliberately how to create our days in a way that serve us well. Now, one of the things that I want you to think about that I talk about in this lesson, it's around the neuroscience of personal performance. Talk a lot about neuroscience in this lesson, is what energizes you and what de-energizes you. So some activities will energize you more than others. Some activities will de-energize you more than others. And the reason for this is our brains have wiring. And for us all, we have natural wiring in some areas that we don't in others, but we can create it. This is the thing about neuroplasticity. This is where we can actually build new neural pathways in order to become good at things that we weren't previously that good at. This is why I like the neuroscience of personal performance rather than psychometric testing or psychometric models, that sort of people can put themselves in a box and say, well, that's me. And it doesn't necessarily take into account the fact that we have these brains, we have neuroplasticity, and we can build new capacity, but it does come at a cost. That cost is an energetic cost of what is it going to cost me to become proficient or to build that new habit? Or from a team perspective, what is the cost, the energetic cost of building that new paradigm within my team? If we haven't been operating in that way, and now we are going to operate in that way, there is going to be a cost associated with that, and it'll be an energetic cost because I'm either asking myself as the leader to hold new capacity around a habit or an idea, which is not normal for me. So, therefore, in getting good at doing that, I'm going to feel de energized in the process because my brain is literally going to build new neural pathways in order to be able to think like that or feel like that or behave like that. And in the beginning, that's going to come at an energetic cost. I'm going to feel de energized. I'm going to feel tired. I might feel frustrated. I might feel empty. I might feel like, oh, after doing that activity. Therefore, I need to then plug in an energizing activity to naturally help my vibration rise again. From a team perspective, what are your energizing or de-energizing activities as a team? If you're asking your team to change a paradigm, that's a process, obviously, we need to go through. It's not just here's the new habit, go and do it, because if you're not creating the internal capacity to execute on that new habit, then it's going to fall flat anyway. It might work for a month or two, but it won't be sustainable. So we've both got to look at it from all the paradigm shift process, which we obviously cover in the GPS, but also this neuroscience perspective and the energizing and de-energizing structure of the day for that team to then continue their performance, their professional performance, while they're creating this new paradigm shift, while they're producing this new result. So again, we want to structure our day. So you can think about this. If you know you're going into an activity today, for example, and you can put this to test right today, that is harder for you or that you know is not natural for you, but it is part of achieving your goal or it is part of your self-image, or to be honest, you just have to do it. Try structuring an energizing activity before it. So think about something you love to do. It could be playing the guitar. It could be listening to a piece of music. It could be going for a run. It could be, like for me, if I knew I had to go into a big mechanics, strategy, financial planning meeting, the nuts and bolts, I might make sure I might do a video first, or I might plan that meeting straight after a coaching call, or where I can bring energy with me to that because I know naturally I will dip and I don't want to dip so far that it takes me a lot to get back to an even keel. So I'll consciously create my day in a way that energizing activities come before and after a de-energizing activity. That I might, if I know I've got my best energy in the morning, then I'll structure my things in the morning. Some people work better in the afternoon, in the evening. I don't. So none of my coaching calls would run but past 2 o'clock. They will start from 5:30 in the morning, and they, in most cases, will be finished by 2 o'clock. I don't. It would be in very extreme or rare cases that I would have a coaching call, a client call after 2 o'clock or into the evening. Some people work really well like that, but that is when I'm letting I've my energy has gone out. I've brought the best energy that I have into my interactions, and my afternoons are structured differently to let that energy rise, to recalibrate, to reset, ready for the next day. So this lesson is about both the inner work, about thinking about your goal, your self-image, where your best energy flows, getting very familiar with that, but then also understanding the neuroscience of personal performance. If you have a team, we have a team that works from home or works from wherever, and so for some of them, it's going for a walk or going for a swim in the morning or jiu-jitsu classes. And they're scattered throughout the day. So I might say, oh, is everyone available for a team meeting at 10? And someone will say, could we push it to 11 because I've got a jiu-jitsu class? And we're like, yep, no problem, because I know that, you know, if that person goes off and does that, they're going to bring the best energy they've got to the meeting. So we actually have a workplace that supports, and I know this is not possible for all companies or corporations, but we do have a workplace that thinks about the neuroscience of personal performance. When is my team at their best? Who is one of my team is available very early in the morning, the other one not because she's at a class. That's okay. Then it flips around, right? One will come in and another one will tap out. So you can think about this. If you have a team, and even a team at work, you might find out what do you love to do, what energizes, what do you feel is more difficult. Can we structure your day in a way that slightly gives you time to recharge and reset? Now, this isn't just about them tapping out, it's about a conscious activity to recharge with. What can they go and do as an actual activity that will stimulate the energy to rise, that there'll be a natural flow of energy, and then they can bring that back into the next interaction. Does that make sense? Type me a yes in the chat. And you'll also notice this with if you have children or other people around you, where their best energy flows as well, where you're going to get the best out of them. As I've said at the last point here, sustainable success comes from intentional energy investment. So where we're really selecting and thinking, not not actually just going with the flow without thought first of all. We can relax, we can go with the flow, so to speak, but we want to set the direction of the flow, right? We don't want to just be drifting on whatever whim and the tide comes on around us. We want to have thought about it in advance. So a great lesson, this one. I hope you enjoyed that little overview. I know I've cut in a little bit to our quantum leap ritual time, but I think that you can carry some very practical guidance out of this lesson as it stands. As I mentioned yesterday, in the email that came out, if you would like to join us in the GPS for New Success or my inner circle of excellence, I've put together a private offer for you that'll open at 12 o'clock today. So keep a lookout in your email for that, and it'll run until 12 o'clock on Monday. If you've got any questions about that or need support, please reach out and we're here for you. All right, let's get started with our quantum leap ritual this morning. We're going to get still and relax as we always do. Take a couple of big deep breaths. Trace around a picture or a symbol that represents your goal. Again, we're using our conscious mind to tune in. So you can take that picture and trace around it, or sketch a little something on your journal just to anchor yourself there. Then we are going to read our goal out loud. And I'm going to put the music on now. If you can stay a little bit longer, we'll wrap this one up at 5 past the hour, just to give ourselves a nice 5 or 6 minutes of visualization. But I understand if you need to log off shortly. So let's begin our visualization now. I'll put the music back on for you. inspired guidance. It's really powerful when you receive ideas like this. Act on them. You don't need to know how the dots connect, but they're there. That was how we received the email yesterday, letting you know about the offer. I did a meditation with my GPS clients yesterday at 11 o'clock. And during that meditation, I received this guidance to say, let everybody know that it's going to open today. We haven't done that before. So this is the inspired guidance. Like when you get it, you act on it. You just trust that that's just the way it's going to be. That's just what you're going to do next. So yeah, so write down any ideas or action steps that came to you, and then finish by writing out your quantum leap sentence. I'll just share one more thing about that. It's interesting because I actually wasn't committed. I wasn't sure whether we would put together a special offer for this group going through the GPS for New Success, and I was very comfortable with that. Like if I got the guidance, I would. If I didn't, I wouldn't. And then yesterday, when I was doing that meditation with everybody, the image flashed up of let them know that it's going to open tomorrow. And I was like, oh, that's interesting because last time we did this, we didn't do that. It was like during this Thursday morning call, I was like, I had the guidance. So then we did it. So yesterday I got the guidance to do it, to send out an email to let you know that we would open the cart. And then I was messaging my team and I was like, oh, we'll just open it yesterday. We'll just open it on Wednesday. We'll open it. And then I was like, no, Karen, that wasn't the guidance. The specific instruction was just to let them know, give them 24 hours notice that it is going to open and stick to the information I'm giving you. 12 o'clock Thursday, it'll open. So, I think it's just a great little example of you kind of know, like when you get the piece of information or you get a nudge and then you go, what is that? What is that nudge? So there you go. 12 o'clock today, you'll get an email that says the card is open and those offers will be available online for you as members of our morning study group. And if you feel like you want to start the GPS for New Success, there's a phenomenal opportunity there for you to do it. And the same for coming into my inner circle of excellence, a phenomenal opportunity for you to step into the inner circle. Those of you that are already in GPS and in my inner circle, you will not have got yesterday's email and you will not have got today's email, obviously, for good reason, because you're already in inner circle or you're in GPS. So we'll leave it at that today. Come here, my boy, and say hello to everybody. No, he doesn't want to. He's been out there talking to his mud crabs. So we'll let him get back to that. Thank you everyone for joining us this morning. I hope that you have a beautiful day and we will see you back here Friday morning for day 12 tomorrow. Thank you everyone. Take care. Bye for now.